Last October 18th of 2019, a series of protests and riots were caused in Santiago de Chile, and then propagated through the rest of the cities in the country. We can still see massive protests, pan bangings, massive evasions in the subway stations, specifically in Santiago and Valparaiso, sackings and damages to the public and private properties. All of this happened because of the rise of the train tickets in Santiago, where I must emphasize that here the transportation is public. But if we go deeper to the main background and context of Chile, this was something that our country was holding up and repressing from about 30 years ago. But this social outbreak happened because of the displeasure of the neoliberal socioeconomic model, due to the social and economic inequality and the extremely high life cost. It also detonated due to the corruption and the abuse of power from the state and the high-class people. Moreover, we have many collusion cases in belongings of first need and medicines. There is an increase in unemployment and closure of companies. We do not have social rights and human rights guaranteed in Chile. Main objectives are to stop the rise of tickets and to freeze the cost of electric energy, among other things. But in order to do that, we are appealing the government for a new political constitution, where we are hoping for decent reforms to health and pension systems. We do not want educational profit anymore. We do not want standardized tests to enter college or the famous CAE, which only leave college students paying for 2 more careers than they studied. We want for the president to quit his position, including the ministers. We want new reforms for the police and the retirement of the general director of the police. People want to stop the privatization of water. Furthermore, we want constitutional recognition for indigenous people and constitutional protection for women, for our rights and for our safety. Sadly, the institutional forces like the police and the military reacted in the worst possible ways. There has been murders. People who were only fighting for a fair country died by hands of the people who swore protection to us. People lost their eyes during protest because of pellets and tear bombs. Women were raped by the police, and there are a lot of people who were injured by them. A lot of horrible things happened, and they are still happening. This is a big fight for a better country, for a fair one, where people can finally stop living without dignity. It is not wrong to fight for our human rights, and it is definitely not wrong to ask for these things that in the first place should have been given to us from our government. In April of this year, we will have the plebiscite for a new constitution. People are now organizing in order to give flyers with information about why should we vote for a new constitution. I think this will be the start of something new for our country. Nevertheless, it is true that in 1 year we won't be able to change what has happened in 30 years. But at least we have joined together, and we won't let something like this happen again. It is important for us to continue informing ourselves and to not give up. We should be together and change our country.